When the pandemic kept us all from getting together inside, a lot of us went outside. A local professor helped write the CDC guidance for keeping all those parks and green spaces safe. New at 10, Stephanie Haynes introduces us to that professor who thinks equitable access to parks could make for healthier communities.
Parks can bring a lot of joy to our neighborhoods, especially during COVID-19.
I would certainly hope that that is a result that comes out of this, that people realize how important it is to be physically active for both your physical and your mental health.
Sandy Slater is a professor at Concordia University in Mequon. She's part of a CDC group that studies how policies and environments influence physical activity.
When the pandemic started, and the shelter-in-place guidance orders were put in place, and many states were restricting access to parks and closing parks completely, we were concerned on what that was going to do to people's physical activity levels.
Last summer, she wrote up COVID-19 safety guidelines, urging the CDC to recommend keeping local parks and green spaces open. And the CDC now includes some of the recommendations on its website. Some of the guidance includes basics like maintaining 6 feet of distance, wearing masks, and washing hands. Others include prioritizing park access specifically for vulnerable communities.
Many cities might have access to a lot of parks, but those parks are in poor condition and they're not safe to use.
She says Foundation Park was an example. In 2018, Milwaukee got a grant from Disney's Meet Me at the Park program. The city worked with the local Hmong community on renovating the park with designs that highlight the heritage.
It's really important with infrastructure changes to also make sure that you are including the people in the community and making sure that the changes that you're making are changes that they want and they need.
And Sandy found the changes to the park made a big difference. She says research shows activity doubled.
It's very, very fun to play on. I give this park a 10 out of 10.
In Milwaukee, Stephanie Haynes, TMJ4 News.
Stephanie, thanks. Let's go in depth now. The nonprofit group Trust for Public Land ranks Milwaukee 28th out of the 100 largest cities in the U.S. for park access and quality. The group says 90% of Milwaukee residents live within a 10-minute walk of a park. The national average is 55%.